Aspley has notched up win number 10 to sit 10 points below the ladder leader Brisbane against the second-placed Southport.
They're on their way to September finals action, the Hornets.
Southport held the lead at the first break, kicking 4 goals, 2 to Aspley's 2 goals, 1. Missed shots cost the Sharks. In the second quarter, they managed 5 behinds but no goals, while Aspley kicked 6 goals and 2 behinds to hold a 20-point lead at half-time. The Hornets' good form continued, booting 4 goals and 1 behind in the third, then another 5 goals, 3 in the final term. The Sharks booted 7 goals in the second half with 9 behinds. A great way to mark game number 100 for Aspley's Reece Toy. He booted 2 goals in his milestone match, helping out James Nealis, who kicked 5, and Austin Lucy, who booted 4. David, James and Joshua Baxter kicks 2 each for Southport, with 7 teammates kicking 1 each. The final score at the Siren, 17-7, 109 to 11-16, 82. Belconnen lose their spot at the top of the table after going down to Eastlake, who moved from 5th to 4th. Eastlake set up the win in the first quarter, booting 5 goals, 5 to Belconnen's 1 goal, 1.
Into Woods that of Armstrong, it does a Manchester United, if you don't mind. Hayden Armstrong, he's hacked it out of the air, a la Wayne Rooney.
The Magpies booted 2 more goals in the second quarter, while the Demons slotted 1, but they still held a 24-point lead at half-time. The second half was a close contest, with goals hard to find. Eastlake kicked 1 goal and 4 behinds in the third quarter, with Belconnen booting 2 goals and 4 behinds, with the Demons leading by 18 going into the final term. 1 more goal in the fourth quarter to Eastlake, as well as 2 behinds, 2 goals to Belconnen, with missed shots at goal costing them the win. They also booted 5 one-pointers. No player booted more than 2 for the entire match. Ricky Stoyanov and Matthew O'Dwyer kicked 2 each for Eastlake. Andrew Dess and Simon Curtis also bagged 2 each for Belconnen. The final score at Ainslie Oval, 8-14-62 to 7-11-53.
That's a great goal there to Andrew Dess.
A great win for the Sydney Swans, who are playing with just half of the team with 11 players, top-up players, against the Gold Coast Suns. The first quarter was a close contest, with the Swans holding a 1-point lead over the Suns. The Gold Coast broke away in the second quarter, booting 5 goals and 3 behinds to the Swans' 2 goals, 5. The tables turned in the third, with the Sydney side kicking 4 goals and keeping the Suns to 1 major. The Swans kept the momentum going in the final quarter, kicking another 4 goals, with the Suns adding 1 more major. Timmy Sumner and Stephen Thine kicked 2 each for the Suns, with 4 other players contributing. For the Swans, Gary Rowan kicked 3 in his second game back. Tim Membray also booted 3, with Bradley Plug adding 2. 4 other Swans players got on the goal kickers list. The Swans find themselves back on top of the Eastern Conference ladder after the 21-point win. The final score, 9-10-64 to 12-13-85. Ainslie boosted their percentage with a strong win over the bottom-placed Tuggeranong in round 18. A fairly slow start for the Tricolours, kicking 3 goals and 4 behinds in the first quarter, but they did keep the Hawks scoreless. 6 goals to Ainslie in the second quarter, with Tuggeranong getting on the board with 1 goal. The Tricolours held a 54-point lead at half-time and managed to extend it further in the third, adding another 6 goals. The Hawks kicked another goal as well as 2 behinds. Ainslie finished off with 4 goals and 5 behinds in the final stanza, with Tuggeranong adding 1 more of each to their tally. Josh Bennett was the game's top goal kicker. He managed a 6-goal haul, with 4 goals to Nicholas Payne, 3 to Luke Jajura and 2 to Aaron Vandenberg. The goal kickers for the Hawks were Ashley Pocock with 2 and 1 from Brent McLeod. Ainslie move up to third place on the ladder after the win, 19-15, 129 to 3-3-21. Morningside have dropped out of the top 5 after the 58-point loss to Redland, who remain in 7th place on the ladder. A great first half for the Bombers. They booted 4 goals and 6 behinds in the first quarter, then another 5 goals and 5 behinds in the second quarter, while the Panthers kicked 1 goal and 2 behinds for the half. Redland held a 57-point lead at the main break. Morningside picked up in the second half to provide a better contest. The Panthers kicked 5 goals in the third quarter, while Redland also booted 5 majors. Morningside added another 5 goals in the final term, with Redland adding 6. Jackson Starcevich booted 4 goals for Morningside. Scott Clark and Joshua Smith added 2 each. For the victors, Blake Greer was the top goal kicker with 4. Josh Pullman booted 3 with 2 to Daniel Zufa and Philip Cass. And another 8 players helped out with single goals. The Bombers could still make the finals after the strong win over Morningside. The final score 11-4-70 to 19-14 128. Queanbeyan has been welcoming back a number of players in recent weeks, fielding a strong side against Hills Eagles. The Tigers got off to a great start, booting 6 goals 3, while ensuring Hills Eagles were kept goalless. They managed just 2 behinds, with Queanbeyan holding a strong 37-point lead at quarter time. Hills Eagles found some form in the second quarter, booting 6 goals and 5 behinds. Queanbeyan added 4 goals and 1 single-pointer. Queanbeyan lifted again in the third, booting 6 goals with 4 to the Eagles. The Tigers finished off with another 4 goals, with Hills Eagles adding 3. Jeremy Finlayson kicked 3 for Hills Eagles, with Dean Costello and William Bradley kicking 2 each. James Kavanagh was the standout performer for Queanbeyan. He managed an 8-goal haul. Kane Stevens helped out with 3. Toby Conroy and Ben King added a pair each. Queanbeyan remain in the mix, sitting just outside the top 5, with the 43-point win giving some confidence back to the reigning premiers.
Almost. Here's Hamilton, can't take the mark. Siren goes! The siren goes!
The NT Thunder had a surprise win in the Northern Conference Grand Final rematch in Darwin. The Lions held the lead at the end of each quarter up to the third, but the Thunder stole the win in the final stanza. The first quarter was neck and neck with 4 goals each, but Brisbane held a 1-point lead in the end, kicking 4 behinds, 1 more than the NT. 2 more goals and 5 behinds for the Thunder in the second, with Brisbane extending their lead after 3 goals and 6 behinds. The Lions went into the second half with an 8-point lead, and they extended it out to 14 by three-quarter time. The Thunder pushed harder in the final term, kicking 3 goals while keeping Brisbane goalless to steal the 7-point win. Darren Ewing was the game's top goal kicker. He racked up 6 majors for NT, while Patrick Karnizis booted the most for Brisbane. The win over the ladder leaders puts the Thunder back into the 5, handing the Lions just their second loss of the season. The final score, 12-18-90 to 11-17-83. Broadbeach picked up the points after a 49-point win over Mount Gravatt at H&A Oval. The Cats held a 25-point lead at quarter time, booting 4 goals and 4 behinds, while keeping the Vultures to 3 one-pointers. Mount Gravatt labelled their second quarter efforts the worst of the year, seeing just 2 behinds, while Broadbeach booted 5 goals too. The Cats held a 55-point lead at the main break. They added another 6 goals to the board in the third quarter, while Mount Gravatt finally scored 2 majors. A pleasing fourth quarter for the Vultures, booting 4 goals while keeping Broadbeach goalless. Mitchell Brewer booted 5 for Broadbeach. He was the game's top goal kicker. Andrew Smith booted 2 for Mount Gravatt. He was their only player to boot more than 1. In the end, the Cats took the win, 14-12-96 to 6-11-47. The Brisbane Lions remain on top of the Northern Conference ladder, with Southport second, followed by Aspley and the Gold Coast Suns, with NT Thunder in 5th. Morningside sit just outside the 5, followed by Redland and Broadbeach. Labrador sit 9th, with Mount Gravatt in 10th. The Sydney Swans are back on top of the Eastern Conference ladder, with Belconnen back to second. Then it's Ainslie and Eastlake, followed by UWS Giants. Queanbeyan sit outside the 5 in 6th, Sydney Uni 7th, then Hills Eagles, with Tuggeranong in 9th. Round 19 action has the Gold Coast Suns hosting the UWS Giants at Metricon. Sydney Uni face Queanbeyan. Belconnen are up against Ainslie at Kippax. Redland take on Aspley. Southport face Mount Gravatt. Labrador tackle NT Thunder, and Morningside face Broadbeach. For more info, head to neafl.com.au, and to stay up to date with NEAFL fixtures, results and news, download the NEAFL app from your App Store.